All a gear in for us there. Well, Dr. Todd Curtis is a former Boeing safety engineer, founder of the AirSafe website. He's in Boston. Dr. Curtis, thanks very much for your time. Let's come to the situation on the ground in a moment. How do you think about the way this was handled in the air?
I think it was handled in a very fine fashion by the crew. They did the prudent thing by landing at an appropriate airport and letting the authorities on the ground take over from there.
There was clearly, though, a breach of protocol again on the ground.
That's not quite so clear because, as was reported by the authorities and by various news agencies, there were no explosives in this person's personal luggage. And using his creativity, he used things that are quite legal to take on board and made it look like a bomb. And frankly, there's no security protocol I know that can look inside of a person's mind and figure out if they're going to do something like this.
Yes, he was patted down, his bag was scanned, it all came through. Is there anything that can be done about somebody doing this?
I think what was done today is the thing that should be done. There should be protocols in place, both in the air and on the ground. And when a situation like this takes place, to make an effort to make a move that will make it most likely that people will survive this. And this was the kind of thing that was done. There were no shots fired. There were no imprudent things done in the air. The person was accommodated within reason. And once the situation was under the control of the authorities, it came to a quiet end.
It is, though, as Orla was pointing out, 5 months or so since a plane was blown out of the sky. More than 200 people died. Egypt clearly has questions to answer, doesn't it? And perhaps other airports as well.
Well, I think there are questions to be answered by a variety of aviation authorities around the world. As to Egypt, certainly this happening 5 months after the Metrojet event is bad public relations. But I think this could have happened on any airline anywhere in the world because the heightened awareness of the threat of a terrorist act is such that if someone anywhere in the world did exactly what this gentleman did, a similar result would happen.
Because if somebody presents with a kind of package, you have to err on the side of caution for safety.
Absolutely. And there is one way this could have been worse. For example, in the U.S. and other countries, there are some flights randomly selected where there are security agents who are armed, who are ready to use deadly force. Had this happened on one of those aircraft, I'm fairly certain that there would have been gunshots fired and people would have been hurt.
Dr. Curtis, thank you very much indeed.